Oh, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Dwane, and I am back with another video. The NBA Awards show was on tonight last night on TNT. Basically, they hold all their awards and achievements to pack it and condense in an hour-long show. Anthony Anderson, I believe, hosted the show. We all knew that James Harden was going to win MVP of the year. Ben Simmons won Rookie of the Year, but the one award I want to talk about is Dwane Casey winning Coach of the Year. Dwane Casey won Coach of the Year on a team that he no longer coaches for. That's kind of ironic and kind of funny. The Toronto Raptors had to let somebody be the fall guy and be the blame for why the Toronto Raptors lost yet again to the Cleveland Cavaliers. It wasn't a coaching issue. It was more so of they just don't have the necessary players to catapult them over the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, LeBron James and Cleveland Cavaliers always had the Toronto Raptors number, and I thought Dwane Casey coached those guys up. Had a great win to loss ratio this season. And I thought, if anything, he deserved an extra year. But the management up there in Toronto felt otherwise, and they let him go because somebody had to be the fall guy. And I think they fired the wrong person. If anything, you should be trying to trade Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan, one of those players, to get someone in there that can contribute late in games, okay? But Dwane Casey won Coach of the Year. He's now the coach of the Detroit Pistons, and he's going to do great things with the little talent that he has. Clearly, right out the gate, he said he's going to feature Blake Griffin more so in the offense. Okay, so we're going to have to wait and see what he does with Blake Griffin and the roster that he inherited coaching now the Detroit Pistons. I think the turnaround on the Detroit Pistons are going to be very good, very successful. I think they're going to make it into the playoffs. I don't think they're going to win 61 games like he did with the Toronto Raptors. But just putting them in the playoffs, I think that is good enough. And the sky's the limit with the Detroit Pistons, okay? So, guys, what you think about this? Dwane Casey is an excellent coach. Too bad, he couldn't land in a better spot to showcase his talent as a coach. But, the Detroit Pistons, if he can turn that team around and make them a consistent playoff team, and every year they get better, and better, then that is a great hiring for the Detroit management. Now, they had Stan Van Gundy as the coach and GM, and they decided to part ways with him, and they replaced him with a great coach, okay? Like I said earlier, I think the Toronto Raptors fired the wrong person. I think those players I just mentioned should be one of those players should not be still playing for the Toronto Raptors. But it's easier to fire the coach than to trade a player, particularly players that really don't have a lot of value out there. I mean, it's not like a team is willing to let go of their star player plus some other players and a draft pick for Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan when they haven't proven that they can take a team to the next level. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm Dwane, and I am out, show.